Hey, everybody there. Welcome to the DA Wrestling Podcast here on the year of our Lord, February 2nd, February the 19th of 2024, the year of our Lord. Right?
Family Day in Ontario.
Family Day here in Ontario. Absolutely. On today's show, Jimmy Uso cost his brother, Jey Uso, the IC title, which sets up a match for WrestleMania. Doug?
Yeah, and he also made Cody lose his third singles match since coming back.
Ooh.
Where Drew McIntyre now joins a name that rhymes with Bork Laser
Mm-hmm.
and Roman Reigns as the only people to defeat Cody in a singles match since he came back.
And the rest of the Monday Night Raw review for here today on the DA Wrestling Podcast. Doug, how you doing?
Not bad, man. I worked today despite it being a holiday.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, it was a nice day out. I mean,
That wasn't bad.
people were in a generally good mood today, so that was good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as times we don't want to feel like working on these long weekends, on these holiday Mondays and all that stuff, the one bright side to it is there ain't no traffic.
That
Thank God for that.
and we get paid time and a half to do so.
Absolutely. I'm sure but our superiors are quite thrilled by that.
I got paid from both jobs today, dude. Do you know how happy I am?
I got paid for one job and I made quite a bit of money off it, so it's great. Plus, I probably made money on other things, but that's besides the point. Anyway, let's get this. Let's get to the big story at hand right now. Jimmy Uso comes out of nowhere and costs his brother Jay the IC title over Gunther, which was a really great match for the most part until that happens. Now, I understand we went to storyline wise. Looks like the WrestleMania match there is set, or at least going to be very, very soon. Uh, Thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I mean they've both been talking for years about doing a singles match together at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay even went as far as to say it could main event at WrestleMania. It's not going to this year.
No, absolutely
I'm
not.
sorry, boys. Any other year, I could probably fathom it.
I could probably vouch for it, yeah, for sure.
I could probably fathom it any other year, but not
Yeah.
this year.
No,
Um,
to be honest, we kind of saw like pieces of this at the Rumble, right?
sure.
Jimmy and Jay were 1 and 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, not just that. And that was the first time they'd even interacted since Uso quit SmackDown at the end of August.
yeah, and to be honest, the crowd was really behind that. Like be at the Rumble,
Oh, yeah.
the crowd was really behind this match here, or those two just starting the Rumble in general. So you know, I'm not gonna lie. I know it's really early. I know it's really really early. This could very well be match of the night. Both know each other very
It,
well.
it has it has a potential to steal the show. It really
Absolutely
does.
does.
But
But what night would it be on? You think?
I'm
I'm
not
thinking
gonna
night one.
I'm not gonna think that far. I think actually because SmackDown's taped, we should do our chamber preview just before after we wrap this up.
Yeah, we can do that really quickly. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so this was the go home edition of Raw from Anaheim. By the way, TKO signed I think, a $4 billion deal with the Honda Center today, which basically gives the Honda Center 3 events per company per
Yeah,
year for the next like 5 or 6 years.
that's crazy, man.
This is the first ever, like, this is the first kind of deal of its kind.
Yeah, this is really interesting too. Good news for if you're a stockholder like myself, because they're open up at a higher rate tomorrow. Might sell then, but really interesting development today in that TKO is really going quite far right now, and they're
We'll
looking
get
to
that
definitely get.
happen on this show.
Oh, we'll get to that very soon because that was an interesting part topic for it too. Because I definitely want to talk about that really quickly on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the match with that though. Jimmy cost Jay the title. Gunther is still your champion. So which leads to the question there right now: who possibly might Gunther be facing at WrestleMania? Because it is wide open who he could face. I mean, there's been talk of when we've talked about Chad Gable before. We've talked LA Knight. We've talked. I mean, I've also heard LA Knight going for the US title against Logan Paul and maybe Kevin Owens. So that may be a triple threat. But
Mm.
who do you think might be for the IC title against Gunther? Because I know, I think it was Sam Roberts
Okay.
says possibly Gunther getting through Mania, Roman getting through Mania, still
Oh, and you do
champion,
title for title in
title at
Berlin.
Berlin.
Okay.
Now I don't know how far fetched that is because that puts Roman very, very, very close to Hogan.
I don't know if the date of that Berlin show is before or after Hogan's record.
Apparently, it's before Hogan.
Well, then that would mean that Gunther actually ends up losing the Intercontinental title to Roman Reigns in that scenario.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, historically,
Because
WWE has people.
they won't like here's the thing. Okay. WrestleMania is going to be the make or break on the Hogan record thing.
Yeah,
Uh because it's very clear he's not touching Backlund and he's not getting anywhere near San Martino.
no, because San Martino, you have to hold it for what, another 3 years?
He'd have to hold it until like 2028.
Yeah, I don't
Like
think everybody.
Mania 2028.
Yeah, I think I would be. I think everybody at this point is kind of. I think a lot of people, for the most part, are tired of it. Are tired of the Roman Reigns reign.
Yeah,
I think, from what I can
but
gather.
I think it's because like the bloodline story has been kind of stale up until like
A couple weeks ago.
we've had this lull, right?
Yeah,
From the end of Tribal Combat at SummerSlam, and we've had this lull within the bloodline story. And then once you got Cody and The Rock back involved,
yeah,
now you're kicking into a whole next like this is the next chapter.
yeah.
Um, this is the next like mega chapter of the bloodline story,
Absolutely, it is.
which I mean, for how long it's gone and for how much like revenue it's generated,
Yeah,
this could go down as one of the most lucrative stories ever.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the only other lucrative story I could think of.
NWO.
Well, you could do NWO, but I was thinking more of the Austin McMahon feud because that went on
Yeah,
for a long time too. And
right.
still, I mean, instead of once in a while they still pop it out. I mean, not anymore, but they did pop it out a little bit. WrestleMania last one in Texas. So, uh, but yeah, that definitely is to see what goes on there. But Gunther's match, I'm thinking right now it might be Gable or somebody else, but we'll find out. There's still what 2.5 months to go till Mania, month and a half.
So I think it quite possibly could be someone else in the chamber because I think Kevin Owens will get the rematch against Logan Paul at WrestleMania
Mm-hmm.
that they've been kind of
Teasing,
hinting at
yeah,
since the Rumble.
yeah. Kevin definitely mentioned it too.
Right. And so as far as Gunther's concerned, I could see maybe a Bobby Lashley.
Well, Bobby Lashley is on SmackDown though.
Fucking brand extension don't fucking matter anymore.
That's very true. It doesn't really matter anymore, which is kind of nice actually, to be honest with you.
Like especially since tonight you had like let's just list off the SmackDown talent, and I'm not even gonna like I'll give the women's battle royal a pass.
Yeah,
But you had Solo, you had Jimmy, you had Bianca,
yeah,
you
Naomi,
had Naomi, you had
Tiffany Stratton,
Tiffany Stratton.
and we'll all get to that part too, the Becky promo, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But
Yeah,
like, so there's five,
mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah,
like, so you're already like, so, and again, like, there's been so much crossover lately. Like, this whole brand extension got boring fucking 20 years ago.
yeah, it's true.
But,
Well, it got boring until there's competition on the other side of the mountain. You know what I mean? So,
mm, yeah. But, anyways,
anyways,
my point is this,
yeah,
right? Um, I mean, they've got to be thinking of somebody for Gunther.
mm-hmm. Like they have
Otherwise,
to.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Maybe a like a six man with Imperium against New Day and
I hope not. I don't want to see that. The IC title needs to be defended at WrestleMania. It has to be.
I
He's
agree.
he's made that title so prominent and
Hmm.
so important again that it needs to be have its own singles match at WrestleMania. Like Look at last year's WrestleMania with Drew, Sheamus, and Gunther. That was probably one of the best matches on the card, if not the best match on the
That was
card.
one of the best WWE matches of the year.
Yeah.
Um,
So I mean, you have to kind of have it on your own. I like to see Gunther not in a triple threat, but actually in a singles match, 1-on-1. I mean, where's Sheamus at? Is he coming back from injury soon?
he's
Who
still hurt.
knows? Oh, still there. Right? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them go at it.
I
Like
mean, he
WrestleMania
put out a
episodes
tweet
1-on-1.
at the end of Raw. It said 619 and counting.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, we'll
so
see.
I mean, if he's clear, I guess you can run back Sheamus.
Which wouldn't be bad.
No,
You know, and I wouldn't be upset with Sheamus finally getting that title either off of Gunther. I wouldn't be upset by that.
and there you go. That kind of leads to that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if Sheamus is clear, I would definitely run with Sheamus.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, outside of that, I can't like he's gone through literally everybody on Raw.
Yeah. You know, we'll have to come back to this one, and maybe we'll
Right.
be surprised
But
soon.
let's go to the
No,
first
let's
match.
go. Yeah, let's go to the fast to open the show right now. That was Drew McIntyre and Cody,
Yeah,
which had a Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, very similar to the WrestleMania screw job.
it was totally
A
planned that
throwback.
way.
Absolutely, it was. But really good match though. Like it really opened up really well. Fans are 100% behind Cody Rhodes. That's just a given. Even Drew is like his cheeky promo later on in the evening was quite hilarious. Like this guy is doing some of the best heel work
Like, and that's
like
the
in his
thing.
career. Like
That's the thing. It's like he's not even like the only way you could tell he's a heel is by the fact that he's kind of not taking accountability for his shortcomings
yeah,
and B like he's kind of okay with cheating now
yeah,
in the ring. But outside of that, you can't really like I would call him kind of like a tweener,
yeah, yeah,
leaning towards heel,
yeah.
but
It
you
was a
know,
it was a good match. It was a good
but
opening match.
as I mentioned at the top of the show, Drew becomes only the third person to beat Cody Rhodes in a singles match since Cody came back.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I did not expect that. That's the first loss Cody's had on weekly TV.
And to be honest with you, though, it kind of fits the story right now the way it's going. You know, maybe expect more Cody Rhodes losses on the
I
next
think
little bit.
Cody Rhodes might like lose his next like 2 or 3 matches leading up to WrestleMania
Yeah, I think that might actually happen too.
because we're about 6 weeks out.
Yeah, and I
He's
think
probably going to have 3 to 4 matches in that
yeah,
stand,
and
like in that
that win will make it look a lot bigger too. Like kind of, I
the
mean,
bloodline keeps screwing him. Bloodline keeps
yeah,
screwing him. Like
which if you look at it too, they're looking more and more like what you said with the enforcer thing. Check that out on TikTok, everybody. Our lovely short that we made. It's quite entertaining about The Rock turning on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania due to Cody Rhodes.
by the way,
Um,
it took less than 12 hours before people were like, oh, Roman was definitely pointing at Roman.
Rock was pointing at Roman, yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of people looked at that too, and they said the same thing. And they also showed the whole thing there, almost like pointing right directly
guns
at
up,
Roman.
guns
Yeah.
up.
So I think
Rock
it's gonna come.
Rock is now an honorary member of the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Yeah, he is absolutely. Moving on to the Raw. Moving on to Raw. Women's last qualifying match, last chance qualifier.
A returning Raquel Rodriguez.
Returning Raquel Rodriguez, and she won. Not really surprised there as soon as I saw her. I'm a little shocked though, as you mentioned to me off the show.
Where
Uh,
was Jade Cargill?
where was Jade Cargill? I mean, I understand the
Because
whole
she was supposed to like so she was supposed to have a qualifying match against Shotzi, right?
yeah, and because she got hurt, they canceled that match. But I'm surprised they didn't put her into this match.
Which is funny because Shotzi's on NXT tomorrow night
Yeah, it's
taking
kind
on
of yeah,
Lyra Valkyria
Valkyria. Yeah,
for the NXT Women's title,
yeah. Unless it's a pre-taped. Unless that was pre-taped. Uh,
possibly.
quite possibly. But yeah, I'm very surprised though that Jade Cargill wasn't. I'm wondering if they're going to save Jade Cargill soon. I'm wondering if they're going to do the Bianca Belair match because that looked very standoffish at the Rumble. So I'm wondering if they're going to do that.
I think
kinda interested.
well, so Becky winning makes the most sense, and
Yeah.
we'll go into it more when we break down Elimination Chamber here in a few minutes. But
Yeah.